Welcome. Inbreeding. What is inbreeding? How does inbreeding come about? And how do you prevent inbreeding in your poultry? This is what we're going to talk about for today. But before we go there, welcome to another exciting episode of The Farm with Us, where we get to answer all your questions right here in our classroom. Mia Local Poultry Farm. I remind you again, Mia is located along Fort Portal Road in Chenjojo district. That is Uganda. For those of you who need farm training, if you have anything you need to learn in poultry, mostly the local poultry, those of you who want to bring your farm managers, your farm workers for training, please visit us. Our numbers are scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Just give us a call anytime. You can use WhatsApp to text us on the same numbers. We will provide you with those services. I always remind you, I always tell you that please never start up any kind of farm business without getting some basic training. It may not stop at the basic training only. It can go on to because you need to learn everything before you enter this business. I know some of you like doing this kind of business. You find someone talking of starting up a local poultry farm or any other kind of farm just by looking at the neighbor or your friend, and then you think you can make it. Yes, you can make it, but there are a few things you need to learn before you start up to avoid making mistakes. So Mia Local Poultry Farm is your number one answer to that. Please give us those calls. The returning subscribers, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for watching Mia YouTube channel. Those of you who have not subscribed, please take 2 seconds to click that subscription button, click that notification bell, so that you'll be the first to always receive whatever we post. I remind you again that we have 1-day-old chicks. We sell to you 1-month-old chicks. Those hens and cocks are the hens at a point of lay, and the cocks that are ready for serving. So Mia Local Poultry Farm is there to answer all your questions. Now let's dive in for today's question. Now today's question is from Jonah. Yes, Jonah, thank you for watching. Jonah, you said you are in Gulu. How is Gulu? I hope you guys are learning and putting whatever we say into action, because 2026, this should be a year of success. Anything you need, I always tell you, please just give us a phone call, send us a text message, or even just give us a comment. We shall respond to you. That is why we are here for you. Now, today's question from Jonah. Jonah wants to know about inbreeding. Now, what is inbreeding? How does inbreeding come about? And how do you prevent inbreeding from your poultry? Now, some of you don't even know what inbreeding is. Inbreeding is like an incest. I'll give you a very simple example. You'll find that you cannot produce children with your own sister or your own brother or someone that you are closely related with. Why? This is what we're going to talk about in today's topic. Now, inbreeding, it simply means that you go to your local birds and then you left them to mate or to serve themselves. Now, the chicks that they produce from the eggs, the chicks that we get from the eggs, are going to suffer from what we call inbreeding, because the father and the mother, okay, now let's put it in the chicken language, the hens and the cocks. Now we are talking of the parent stock that gave birth to, I will call it birth, or the ones that laid these eggs. Okay, those parent stock, the cock and the hen, were related, closely related. I want you to mark my words, closely related. I'll give you an example. You come to me, a local poultry farm, and buy 1-day-old chicks. Now, these chicks, when you take them, they will reach a time, the cock will start mating or serving these hens. Now, if you leave them to serve themselves, remember you took these chicks that could possibly be related, okay, from the same father and the same mother. I mean from the same cock and the same hen, because I'm trying to relate it to the human beings. That's why I'm talking of the father and the mother, or we talk of the hen and the cocks. Now, when they hatch these eggs, these chicks that we get out of those eggs from the parents that were related, in most cases, those are the chicks that you see dying a lot in the brooder. I think you guys have noticed that. You go somewhere, buy your chicks from wherever you buy, I don't want to mention farms here. After buying these chicks, bring them along, put them in a brooder, and then every day you're finding 10 are dead, 15 are dead, 20, 50, and so on, depending on the number you have. Now, most of these chicks were inbred. Now, this is what inbreeding means. I hope all of you we are together at this step. Okay? Inbreeding simply means producing chicks or producing babies, or let them be kids and goats in anything when the parents were closely related. They could be brothers and sisters. They could be hens and cocks got from the same parents. Now the children that they get, or the chicks that they get, or the kids that they get, they were inbred. Now, this is a very, very, very dangerous disease. And like I always tell you, it has no cure. It's not, you cannot vaccinate it. It has no vaccine. It has no chemical cure. I don't know much about the herbal. You know, in Africa, anything is possible, but I don't want to go that direction. But what we are talking about here is, it doesn't have any chemical medicine, and it's not vaccinated. So it's a very dangerous disease. That's why you wake up in the morning and you find so many of your birds are dying. They are not showing any signs. You know, like I tell you always, how do we know that the chicks or the chickens are sick? In most cases, we tell from their poop. The color of the poop, the format the poop is in. I always tell you, these chicken are supposed their poop is supposed to be solid. Now, once you come into your chicken house and you find it is liquid, maybe it is diarrhea, maybe brown, let it be green, let it be yellowish, everything means a certain disease. This is how we tell that our chicken are sick or they are about to get sick. And we do what we call preventive. Okay? We give the medicine to prevent these chicks from getting that disease. So, when we get to inbreeding, these chicks, when they are inbred, that disease has no cure. So, let's assume you go to your sister, do whatever you want to do with her, and get a baby. In most cases, this baby is going to be so much sickly. Okay? The baby is going to be sickly every time you're in hospital, this and that. Yes, you may be lucky. There are those who are lucky and the babies are very fine, but you don't want to take chances. Because remember, in chicken, you are investing a lot of money. Now, it's very bad, very, very bad when you invest a lot of money, millions of shillings, okay, hundreds of dollars, thousands, and then you wake up in the morning and your chicken were inbred and they are dying like nothing. Now, this I have just explained how inbreeding comes about. So by now we should be knowing what is inbreeding and how it comes about in our poultry. Now, how do we prevent inbreeding? Because after buying this chicken, you're not going to separate, they're going to be together. Now, this is why you need to get this basic knowledge, to get this information, to get the farm training from me, a Local Poultry Farm. Now, It's very simple. When you buy these chicks from me, Local Poultry Farm, 1 day old chicks, 1 month old chicks, put them in a brooder, do everything you need to do. When these chickens get at 3 months, now when we talk of 3 months, remember for us in poultry we count a month in terms of 4 weeks. Now we don't count as January, February, March, and what have you. No, 4 weeks is 1 month. So when we talk of 3 months, we are talking of 12 weeks. Now when these birds get at 12 weeks, what do we do? Very simple. We separate the chicken house. If you have another chicken house that you're not using, just simply remove the male or remove the female and transfer them to the other chicken house. If you don't have another chicken house, okay, you can partition that same chicken house so that you can separate the male from the female. And like I always tell you, we don't stop at separating them. When we separate the two, even the kind of feeds that we give them, okay, they change. After separating at 3 months, we need to be now starting to feed the hens, okay, that is the female parent stock. We need to start feeding the hens at using the layers mash. We used to call it layers mash, but these days we call it layers concentrate. And likewise, for the male, we are going to feed them on the broilers concentrate. Why do we need to do the two? The male, we put them on the broilers because this concentrate for the broilers, it has that a capability of making the chickens to grow bigger, become fatty, okay, put on a lot of weight within a short time. So at 3 months, we want to separate our males, put them on the broiler concentrate so that they can put on enough weight, because we are preparing them in about 2 weeks, 4 weeks, okay. Now that will be 4 months. We need to take all these male cocks, I mean the male chickens, which you call the cocks, we need to take them to the market. When these chicks get to the market, whoever is going to buy is not going to ask how old is this cock. No, he's going to try to measure to know how big it is. The bigger it is, the more money they give you. As simple as that. Now, for the female chickens, or for our parent stock, the hens, why do we put them on the layers concentrate? Now, when we put them on the layers concentrate, it is simple. Remember we said for the males or for the cocks, we give them the broilers concentrate because we want them to put on weight. And that weight in most cases are fats. Now, we want to remove the fats from our hens. We want to limit the amount of fats entering into our hens. Why? Because all we need from our hens are eggs. Now, if you make them fatty, if you keep them on the broiler concentrate and they get these fats, now they become fats like the cocks. That means these fats are going to sit. You know, there is a system in this chicken that formulates the eggs. I think most of you who has ever slaughtered the hens can testify to this. So you'll find that that part where there are eggs, there is always some fats. Now, when you make these chicks fatty, these fats are going to develop at that, you know, that system where the eggs are being formulated. Now, what is going to happen when the fats are there and they are too much? They are not going to formulate these eggs, or they're going to have very small and few eggs. This is why you're going to find your chickens, today they are laying, it will lay again after 3 or 4 days, it will lay again after 1 week, and then you're asking yourself, what is happening to your birds? Your birds are very okay, you're vaccinating in time, you are giving them the preventive medicine in time, you are doing whatever we tell you to do, but you're not getting eggs. So we always advise you not to make these hens too much fatty. Don't make them put on a lot of weight. Okay, if you need eggs, concentrate on eggs. If you want to sell them for eating, then put them on the broilers concentrate so that they can put for you weight. You know, they develop these muscles. put on those fats, and they will create weight, take them to the market and sell them. But please don't start chasing for both. You know, we have a saying in the African proverbs that when you start chasing 2 chickens, you'll not get any. Okay? You know, when we were young, they used to tell us that, you know, chase after that chicken. Maybe a visitor has come and you slaughter it. Now, if you don't decide which chicken you're going to slaughter, you're going to chase after. So you're chasing after this one, you're chasing after the other one, you're chasing after the other one, you'll not get any. Because as you chase this one, the other one comes, then you concentrate on this one, you concentrate on the other one. Before you know it, you're not catching any. So, same in this kind of business. If you need to take this chicken to the market, put them on the broiler concentrate, they will put on weight for you and go and sell them. It doesn't matter whether you want to sell the female or the cocks, so long as you put them on that broiler concentrate. If you need them to give you eggs, concentrate on the layers, concentrate. I don't want to divert myself so much from today's topic, that is inbreeding. We are still talking about inbreeding. Now, we said at 3 months, separate these birds, separate these chickens. Put the males in one place and put the female in the other house. Or separate your house, separate the 2. Now, someone is going to ask me that when you separate the 2 and you need to remember, we need eggs from these local birds. Why do we need the eggs? Not for consumption. We need these eggs to hatch and get chicks so that we can sell and earn these abnormal profits. Guys, I always tell you, I always come here and calculate for you. By now we think, I don't want to repeat myself. We know why we need these eggs. We know why we need these chickens or chicks or these baby hens. Now, someone is going to ask me, I have separated the male from the female, and I'm telling you that at 4 months, I want you to go and sell all those male. Take them away from the farm, take them to the market, sell them off. Don't leave any male at your farm. And then you're going to ask yourself, then how are we going to fertilize these eggs? Or how are we going to make these hens fertilize their eggs? Very simple. After removing these birds, the male ones, you go and sell them off. Now we are remaining with the hens only. I told you it's a very simple calculation. For every 8 to 10, I will take the number to be 10. For every 10 hens, get for me 1 male. Okay? For every 10 hens, give them 1 male for serving. So where do we get these males? I always tell you, go to another farm, buy these males and introduce them to your flock or to your parent stock. Okay? Now together they will make the parent stock. Remember, these hens are from another farm and these cocks are going to come from another farm. Now it's going to be hard for them to get inbreeding or to inbreed because they are not closely. They may be related somewhere. You can come to me here and buy these chickens from me. And maybe like 3 years back, there is someone I gave chickens still from me here. So they may be a little bit related, but it's going to be like a distant, relationship. So it's not that close relationship. Remember when I was explaining to you, I told you, when these parent stock, the cocks and the hens are closely related. So I don't want you to go to one farm, buy your 1 day old birds or 1 month old birds or 4 months, and when they reach the time for laying, you go back to the same farm to buy the cocks. Chances are that they may give you the cocks that are related to these hens. So even when you go to another farm to buy these cocks, you be very careful. You need to know what type of cock you are looking for. How do you tell that this is a good parent cock, the one that can serve better? We have so many videos explaining that. Okay? So when you buy these cocks, you bring them into your stock They are not going to be related, and they're going to give you very good chicks. Don't forget the formula. We said every 10 hens, give them 1 cock. So let's assume you have 100 hens, and we said for everyone you're going to give it 10. So 100 divided by 10, you're going to need 10 cocks. Okay, but now the 10 cocks, I want you to add for me like 2 or 3. You know, those are like dangerous substitutes. Okay, now you know when you have a very good player, those of you guys who like football and other sports, and then yeah, it can get some injury. You never know, anything can happen. So if you put in like 3 or 4 or 2 substitutes, yeah, they can come and do the job. Okay, after all, what we need is our hens to be served, and they give us these eggs, take them to the incubator, and get these abnormal profits we always talk about. So thank you very much for watching. I remind you, whoever haven't subscribed, please take a second or 2 or 3 to click that subscription button, click that notification button, that bell, so that you can receive every time we post a video. You're going to be among the first people to receive those notifications. And even the way we answer our questions, in most cases we tend to give time to the first questions. So when you're among the first people to watch, you tend to send in your comment or your question, or you can send it on our number scrolling down there on our WhatsApp. You can give us a direct call. For those of you who are not in Uganda, you need to add on that Uganda code +256 so that we can communicate and serve you better. Me, a Local Poultry Farm, again located along Fort Potro Road in a place called Rivale. That's where you're going to find us in Chenjojo district. Guys, come for farm training. I tell you, and I'll keep telling you, please don't start up any farm without getting some training. It's not that me here, Local Poultry Farm, is the only farm that you're going to train at. No, there are so many beautiful farms up there that can give you the knowledge. Okay, we can even recommend you if you need, but what we need is you not to start a farm, invest your millions of shillings without getting some farm training or the vital information that you need to know, because you're going to lose this money. You're going to buy these chicks, you're going to construct these houses. Remember, these houses you construct, they don't earn you any profits. Okay, these chicken houses that you put up, even if it's 30 million, 50 million, 10 million, it doesn't matter. However beautiful it may look, it's not going to earn you any profits. What is going to earn you the profits are the real chicken. That's why I always tell you that please invest more than 70% of your farm investment in the chicken feeds. Why? You know, these chicken, they are like machines. These chickens are machines. I call them machines because all you need to do is give them feeds. Now the feeds are the raw materials. They will convert them into eggs, and they give you eggs and you earn money. Okay, so it's like a machine. You put in the raw materials and it will make the money for you. Once you don't have enough feeds, once you didn't plan your farm well, those are the problems you're going to get. You're going to start selling these chickens prematurely. You're going to land into chickens that are inbred. Trust me, they will die until you say, I will never do local poultry again, or I will never do any kind of poultry again. So before you do that, please, in most cases, these farms don't charge a lot of money to train you. In Uganda, it's a little bit standard. It's 50,000 shillings or about $15 or $16. Guys, 50,000 shillings to save your 50, 60, 100 millions of money you're going to invest in this farm. And then you really say it's not a good deal? Guys, I wish you success. I love you so much. Thank you so much, Jonah. I wish you a happy 2026, please. Keep sending those pictures when you start up your poultry farm so that you can farm together. Give us a call anytime you have any question, or if you want us to do a video for you, please just put it in a comment. Don't forget put in your name, Tell us where you're watching from, and we shall farm together. 2016 should be a year of prosperity. I want to see every person doing local poultry shining. I love you so much. Bye-bye.